best not miss. What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones in this situation rocking out with us. Shout out to my girl Lena over here. Definitely. We got heat today. We got heat, I swear. There are some of the shows that, give me a second. There are, ooh, dang, I'm glad I remember that. There are some of the shows that we do to, sometimes I have to write bullet points and things like that for notes. And I'm being honest with you guys. There are some of our shows, I benefit from them 20 times more than you do. I swear I do. I eat this stuff up. When I know that I know the content makes sense, I upload it into my life. I have to do this research so that you guys won't be able to say, oh, and I fact checked that stuff that Stacy said, that was dumb shit. So my point is, as I am doing my research, I'm gaining information. But they say we have the hottest show online. Listen, those of you, shout out to my girl Lena, always over here dropping bombs for the support of the show. That's my girl right there. The $15 Cash App. Listen, we are going to talk about something that is so dope and so deep today to where a lot of you will get saved significant amounts of trouble. Trust and believe. You'll get saved significant amounts of trouble because a lot of you don't even know that this is taking place. A lot of you don't even know that you're stepping on your own toes. We think that if we say certain things to you guys the right way, that will help. And I'm going to be honest. You guys even heard yesterday, as early as yesterday, people were like, bro, why do you keep talking to these women? They're not going to. I agree. But the ones like Lena, the ones like Embrace the Grace, Miss Brenda, that's all I care about. We don't have to win all of them, right? I'm telling you about me and my life, how it enhances my life on an exponential level. A lot of you women will not win. I promise you that. I promise on everything that you won't win until you turn yourself into something that men say, I like that. It's crazy because men see it so clearly. We see so mother. We see it so clearly why women are losing the way that they are. Because you guys keep on taking a Burger King paycheck and trying to walk into Gucci. And we are like, are they crazy? That's what we think. We think, are they crazy? You guys must, if you want to date men, oh my fucking gosh. Listen, people, I got to stop. I got to do this because it's going to be a bad show. I got to stop this. No, my fucking monologue. Lord, please forgive me for my stupidity. Mouse decides to die right when I start the show. Getting very upset. Dumb little stuff like this messes up the whole show. Shit. Give me a second, people. idiot. The show's going to be fucking 2 times more difficult. And I'm sorry for all of the bad language. This stuff impairs amazing shows. Shout out to Michigan in the building rocking out with us. Charlotte over here rocking out with us. Mic check, mic check. We're going to try this again, people. Jesus. Yeah, go ahead and screw up again. Hopefully this works, people. Hopefully this works. I apologize, people. It's really hard to run these shows. It's really hard to do these shows. Mouse is dead. I almost can't even show you guys the videos that I want to show you. Jeez! Louise. Listen, this is why I say the work that is put in on these shows is why I appreciate the show supporters, right? But listen, what we're talking about today, people, well, we might as well get YouTube up in here. I mean, TikTok. What we're talking about today, people. Gosh, I'm really working this mouse with my fingers. What we're talking about today, people, empowered women are not good to marry. They're not. Are there some who can pull it off? Yeah. But empowered women are not good to marry. We see it in our everyday lives. What empowered women are going through, we might as well. Let's go on TikTok. Let's go on. We see it every day with what these women are going through, how difficult it is for successful women to get locked down. People don't want them. People don't want them. Empowered, very successful women are unattractive to men. And there's reasons why. I'm going to be honest with you. Today's show, outside of the minor hiccup that we had in the beginning, today's show is going to be in our top 3 hottest shows. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be in our top 3 hottest shows. Shout out to TikTok over here rocking with us. Facebook definitely in the building rocking out with us. Listen, the reason that I say today is going to be one of our hottest shows is because we're going to go in depth. Let's go, TikTok. Let's go. We're going to make sure that you get it today. And if you don't get it today, then you're just a caliber of individual just who simply doesn't get it, right? Because we're going to lay it out in dummy form. I want all of you ladies here right now. I want all of you ladies who are here right now. I want you to promise that you won't take today's show personal and that you will attempt to listen. Because I swear, if you really listen to today's show, a lot of the obstacles that you experience, listen, let's be honest. We know the majority of you are experiencing high-level difficulties securing your man. Men are not attracted to empowered women. Empowered women are everything that goes, empowered women go against everything that God designed women to be for men. It's just as simple as that. Men who want traditional wives should not date empowered women. An empowered woman does not know how to handle nor control the power once it arrives. And she turns into something other than what we know a good woman to build a life with is. A woman has to be kept at a certain level in order for her to be able to focus on being the creature that God designed her to be. When you empower her, it's like putting a masculine battery in her back. Can some women be empowered and still be good wives and mothers? Yes. But majority will start to compare themselves to their man. They won't be able to be humble. They won't be able to be feminine. They'll take on different types of confidence and arrogance that is contrary to her design. It's really that simple. This part you really do not even have to listen to me. Open your fucking eyes and look around all throughout today's society. Women were not designed to be empowered. Any of you fake Christians who disagree with me, simply read the description and assignment of a woman in the Bible or in the Quran. The description was absolutely nothing like the characteristics that you see in today's independent, feminist, empowered women. Most women cannot fulfill the assignment that God gave her once you empower her. If you disagree with me, look at the countries where the women have not been fully empowered and compare them to American women. Let's talk about it. Listen, YouTube, I need you guys to hit that thumbs up button and share the show. Something has happened since I've gotten back from Illinois. We are not starting out with the amount of subscriber or viewership that we usually have when we pop everything off. So I need you guys to help me get us back jump started since I come off the vacation, and share the show right now. Share the show. You can use it in all you have to do is touch the arrow, right? And you can text message it to somebody. Share the show with someone who you know hasn't watched the show before. Someone who you really rock with. Share the show. But what I want to tell you guys is this. If you disagree with me, look at the country where the women have not been fully empowered and compare them to American women. There's a reason why men in America are traveling to other countries for their women, right? But men from other countries are not traveling to America for America's women. Once you empower a woman, her dynamic changes. She seeks to compete with the man on multiple levels. In the instance that something of hers surpasses her man's, it will be next to impossible for her to feel like someone who should listen to him or take instructions from him if she's doing better than him. In a lot of cases, hypergamy will kick in. And because of how she has excelled economically, she will only be attracted to men who have excelled above her or equal to her. Which is why you see in America today, the average, good, responsible man is not good enough anymore. In America, in order to gain the attention of even a fairly attractive woman, you must be Superman. Isn't that crazy? And listen, we know that the best men today are the average men, the men who work it. Listen, I'll be honest. Men like me. Okay, let me take that back. Because of where I am mentally, I'm suitable to be good to a woman. But I am also very aware of my options. And if I wasn't a disciplined man, if I didn't love the Lord my God, Jehovah, you would have a tough time with me because I know my options. I know what I've already done before. Which lets you know the average man is the best man for you ladies who want a serious relationship. The man who works at the newspaper, the man who works at the post office. Why do you think when you ladies somehow through the internet or whatever gain access to above average men, you don't end up retaining the access to them? It's because they're out of your league. They're completely out of your league. And what I mean when I say out of your league, the definition of out of your league is when a man can do significantly better than you. If you have 1 or 2 children and you're overweight and you're a 6 or a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10, but because of what this man has achieved or who he is or how he walks or his confidence or his look, his masculinity, because of all of those things, this man can get women who are 8s, who have no children, who have low body counts. To you, would it make sense for that man to deal with you instead of her. And since some of you are going to be dishonest, let's put it in the context of your son. Would you want your son to date down when he doesn't have to? Right? And this is what I'm telling you. Because that women have been empowered. Listen, ladies, this is not a knock to your accomplishments. I'm saying if you have been empowered, if you can deal with 8s, why does what matter? What? If you can deal with 8s, why does it matter? What are you talking about? Why does what matter? Let's get back to the show before. Who is this that does not know how to articulate and complete sentences? You keep worrying about women 6 and below. If you can get better women, why does it matter? Okay, that you okay now that you should write in one sentence, but I understand what you're saying now. She's saying the men who can get better than 5s and 6s, then why are we even concerning ourselves with women? I'm sorry, she's saying men who can get 8s, why are we even concerning ourselves with women who are 5s and 6s? Turbulence, people. Because men are better human beings than women are. Men love more genuinely, and we are more humble than you. A man who can get 8s, he will still consider that 5 or 6. That's why. We're not like you. We don't, because we can do that, most of us don't just shut. Think about it. Before you guys could even work, we were marrying you and taking care of you without you having to work. It shows the class and integrity of men. Men are not hypergamous like you are. That's why we continue to discuss it. That's why we continue to discuss it. Because we believe that if we continue to give you the information, that you can either become closer to what it is that you want in a dating option, or salute. Or we might be able to talk to you as a 5 or 6. And once you change some of the arrogance about you that you're not really entitled to due to your aesthetics and things, if you learn to say, well, I'm not that, I'm not all of that. I'm not going to lie. I'm a good human being. I'm not all of that. A man who has the options of dating a 8, he will go down and he'll date that 6. That's why we continue to talk about it, because we are not like you. Love Lace definitely in the building, rocking out with us with the first super chat of the day, my brother. Salute. And listen, people, let's go ahead and get our nightly show goal out of the way. You know we have a nightly. Let me see something here. Those of you who are on Instagram, if you rock with the show, our Cash App is pinned at the bottom of the show. Support the show with whatever. Just let us know that you rock with us, right? Those of you on TikTok, if you rock with the show, you can Cash App the real Stacey Prince, or you can come over here to YouTube and rock, or you can send gifts on here, because we know that this is the hottest show online. Right? Listen, people, I need you guys to share the show. I need you guys to share the show and hit the likes, YouTube, because the show is going to get a little bit more heated than what you think. I'm going to say this again. In America, in order to gain the attention of even an average-looking woman, you have to kind of be Superman. It's because whatever accomplishments these women achieve, they expect a man to have achieved that or more. But here's the kicker to that. America has empowered women for specific reasons. It's often easier for women to excel in certain sectors than men. We all know this, and listen, we're not taking anything from the women who really did achieve their way, but the truth of the matter is a woman can get a promotion that would have taken her 4 years to really achieve by simply dressing sexually, showing cleavage, or being beautiful, right? being alluring, smelling good. Outside of nepotism, there's typically no other shortcuts for men to take, but we have to really, really get to it. So even when women don't have the highest degrees of skill sets, once they attain these positions, it will be like an average woman who hasn't done anything spectacular, but still requires a man to be darn near a superhero because of the position she's in, even if she's not qualified for that position. So it will be like a woman who is an average woman, but has attained a type of status that gives her the ability to request Superman, right? And for those of you who don't know, listen, for those of you who don't know and who would say, then why did men empower women in the first place? It's because the most powerful men in America figured out something that they figured out in the city where I'm from. In the city where I'm from, GM is one of the main employers. You know what? We're going to go ahead. This is very, very tough to do this show like this. This is very tough. Damn. Let me see something. I'd love. If I put this in here and it doesn't work, I'm going to go ballistic. So I'm going to try something. No, I can't try that. Yes, I can. I'm going to try it anyway. People, we are having a tough time up here today. Like and share the show. Like and share the show. Right? If you rock with the show, send it to somebody else that you rock with. Right? Because the show is about to get deeper. Hopefully, I can, if this works, the show is going to be beyond lit. It said better not work, people. Let me see something. Oh, well, it didn't work, so what the hell? Couple of technical difficulties, people. So what? Mr. Show. But listen, let me show you guys something. That's what we're going to do. I want to take this thing to where you guys can get it from other people. Let's go. Those of you, I keep telling you guys, a lot of you, wow. There's only 1,000 likes on. Hey, go ahead and shut the TikTok down, ZF. I'm not even going to do it today. If there's only 1,000 likes, you can just go ahead and shut the TikTok down, man. That's beyond disrespectful. I don't care. You can just shut the whole thing down. I want to show you guys this. I often tell you guys, those of you who really want to get the full impact of the show, it's better when you come to YouTube because you can see the clips, right? You can also see the clips. Shout out to Ruth with the super chat. She said just to support, show love and support the show. Girl. Let's go, people. Let's go.
So I know the dating life is hard for women that's entrepreneurs. I'm not gonna lie.
In my opinion, the more you make as a woman, the harder it get. Because women typically want to date somebody that makes at least what they make.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, people, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm no longer flipping the cameras backwards so you guys can see the screen. If you guys aren't going to come to YouTube, then you can just check the show out like this because that's the goal. You guys should be over here rocking with us. But other than that, let's go.
Life is hard for women that's entrepreneurs. I'm not gonna lie. So I know the dating life is hard for women that's entrepreneurs. I'm not gonna lie.
In my opinion, the more you make as a woman, the harder it get. Because women typically want to date somebody that makes at least what they make.
Yeah, it is.
So if you're making 100, 200, 250, your dating options are already then dropped a lot. Because you ain't gonna date nobody that make less than that.
Yeah. So and with me, like I'm not picky. I ain't gonna lie.
You date somebody that make less than you?
So okay, this is my limit. They can't make less than 100K. That's my limit right.
Do you guys know what percentage of men in America make 100K? See, you're listening. This is why I tell you guys, you don't have to take my word, but you're listening to it. You're listening to it. These women have been given positions for the wrong reasons. They have been given positions that cause them to view around 75% of the men ineligible for them. And then they go on throughout life single because they don't realize what they did. And it's crazy. It's crazy, but let's go.
There, 100K is my limit.
And what they make? 85.
85 is cool too as well. So 85 is cool too as well, but nothing less than that. And another thing is too, the dude I'm dating, if he's working, 9 to 5, he has to have an entrepreneurship mindset.
Are you guys listening to this? So now, is it becoming more and more clear to you why these women are having significantly tougher times dating and finding someone to die with? Your money is not going to save you. Get that out of your mind. The things that are coming for America are beyond money. These are physical entities and elements. Let's go.
Investment mindset to where, I don't want him to work this job for the rest of his life. If it's not like a doctor or a lawyer, something essential. Right. You know what I mean?
Are you guys really listening to this? Listen, yeah, I'm not really impressed with these likes on TikTok. I say just go ahead and shut the thing down, bro. If they can't get those likes up where they need to, just go on and shut the thing down, man. This is disrespectful. I'm not, as far as I'm concerned, with 1,000 likes, that's not even enough to justify continuing the show with them. We'll keep this thing going over here on our own. Let's go.
Like a regular job, like you can't be with me and work that regular job like forever because
why not
if I want to go to Greece in 2 weeks and you
listen, KP said they're bringing it up on themselves. Listen, check this out. Women all across America are telling you how tough a time they're having dating. But could you imagine if a wizard said, I have the answers to why it's so tough for you to date, and he went to a treasure chest and he opened it and showed the woman, and there was a sign in there that said, you're bringing it up on yourself. You guys are literally bringing tougher dating times up on yourself because of what you turned into. Women who have not turned into what you turned into, they're not having a tough time as you're having because they still carry a bulk of the traits of a woman that men are attracted to. Let's go.
Can't go, you got to ask your boss for PTO. That's a problem. That's a problem to me. So that means another man dictates your money and your time.
Damn.
To where I can, to where I can just leave when I want to. You know what I mean? And take my work with me. So that's why I say our lifestyles have to match. So I don't mind dating a person that works a 9 to 5, but eventually I want you to learn how to.
Do you know what percentage of men qualify for that? Only around 15 to 20% of men qualify for that. And now we have to ask, do you qualify for a man who is in the top 20%? Are your looks up to par with what a man who is in the top 20% can get? We're going to say this again. Women who are moving, living, and talking like this, explain to us what makes you qualify for a man who is in the top 20% of men. A man who is in the top 20% is an elite level man. And therefore, he has options that significantly surpass you. Why would he navigate from all of the options that he has and come deal with you? Because I don't know if you guys know it, but this is an average looking woman. And I think along with your guys' status becoming above average, you forget that dating wise, you're average. Let me pull her up again.
Run your own business to where you can replace.
At least he could do it on his own.
Yeah. So
she's average looking. You know how we know? If you strip her down, she's average looking, which average isn't a bad thing, but she's not anything that someone who's worth $5 million would gravitate towards. She's not unattractive. She's an average looking woman.
You can replace that job income with your business. That's the only way I'm dating the dude.
You replace her, you take her lashes off and her hair out and the makeup off. This is an average looking woman. Yet she desires an above average looking man. Do you see why this is not working for you guys? You guys are working at In-N-Out Burger and trying to shop in Gucci. It's not working. And they refuse to believe this. They refuse to believe it. It's crazy. It's crazy. The reason that this is happening, for those of you who would say, well, why did men empower women in the first place? It's because the most powerful men in America figured out something that they figured out in the town where I'm from. GM is one of the main employers where I'm from. And I remember when they started making it to where no matter how bad your credit was, if you work at GM, you could simply sign your name on even the car of the year, right? And you could lease that car and walk away with it. So basically, once you get paid, they get their money right back from you through your car payments, keeping the money in-house before you can spend it anywhere else. Women are so hyper emotional and easy to intrigue and trick to where if you give them opportunities to generate large amounts of money, you can trick them and entice them to immediately dump their money right back into the economy as soon as they get their paychecks. And that's why the most powerful people in America sought to empower women. Listen, if you don't believe me, check this out. If you don't believe me, ask yourself, listen to me. Can we all agree that feminism is the enemy of men? Right? Okay? I'm sure we can all agree that if the most powerful men in America wanted to, they could shut down feminism. They could shut down anything they wanted to shut down. We saw them do it with super straight. They wouldn't even, when super straight, meaning men who are proud to be heterosexual, when super straight started going viral and men started really getting behind it all over social media, the hashtags started disappearing. So people would spell it a different way of super straight, and it would get millions and millions of, then those hashtags would start disappearing. They can shut down what they want to shut down. Now, if feminism is the enemy of masculinity and men and patriarchy, why would the most powerful men in the world allow it to breathe? Because women are hyper emotional, and if you give them large scale opportunities, they will pump their money right back into the economy. It's similar to how they tricked men into carrying purses. They opened up an avenue that had never been thought of. Women were the only consumers of purses, so it limited the consumer base. But if you can somehow pay LeBron James, pay some of the people we look up to carry a purse, then the men who look up to these characters will say, it's not gay to carry a purse? And then they will start purchasing the purses. It's almost like a second batch of women falling out of the sky to be purchasers of more purses. Now you have both demographics purchasing purses. That's what they did to women. They gave them jobs, and because of their emotional biology, due to social media, due to television, due to music, when they get paid from their corporate jobs that they work at, you can trick them into taking that paycheck and dumping it right back into the economy. And that's why the most powerful men in America empowered women. Women are right now, I don't want to say single-handedly, but women are right now bolstering the American economy. $32 trillion a year is spent worldwide. $32 trillion a year is spent worldwide. 15 trillion is spent in America. Guess who leads in that spending? Women. But guess who surpasses women in spending? Single women. You know I know the stats on it. I had to figure out why the most powerful men in America would want women to be at this level. And once you dig into the research of it, it becomes very visible. If you give these women, imagine giving, let's say, whatever, the biggest housing projects in America, right? Nothing loaded but with crackheads. Imagine giving them jobs, good jobs. They would have more money to spend with the substance dealers. That's what the most powerful men in America found out. The more money you allow them to generate, the more that the cosmetic industry thrives. And wherever the cosmetic industry spends its money, trickles down into the economy. The more money you allow women to generate, the more the fashion industry thrives. And then what the fashion industry does with their money trickles right down into the economy. The more the automobile industry thrives. Right? Why? Because women cannot really control themselves once they gain resources. When women used to have their check, when women used to have to check with their husband before they went spending large amounts of money, they were able to continue holding on to their dignity, to their femininity, to their class, because they weren't allowed to go crazy. And I'm sure if they would have been allowed to go crazy, they would have went crazy, because as soon as they were allowed to go crazy, they went crazy. Right? Listen, let's get to this thing, because you know this is the hottest show online. People, we need people to help us get to our nightly show goal of $50. Let's get this thing going now. Let's get this thing going. Let me see something. Yeah, we're going to start this thing, all right. Yeah.
Never, and I mean never, date an educated woman, a successful woman, a wealthy woman, a rich girl, a dominant woman, a competitive woman, a woman that is fixed on becoming a successful entrepreneur, someone going up the career ladder, any kind of woman like that, you never ever go near. Not because she's evil, not because she's a bad person, but because it is completely out of alignment with her nature. What you have to understand is that women in the modern age are currently operating completely outside of their nature. The feminist ideology that women for the last 50 years have been inflicted upon has been so intense to essentially convince women that their natural existence on this planet, which is to have children, is oppressive. That is one of the greatest tragedies that's ever occurred in modern times. The reason why the messaging is so strong and so consistent is because it is completely out of alignment with nature. So it has to be maintained constantly. If you let up that messaging for just one moment, nature itself would come up and remind women of their actual purpose in this life. We have decided in this world that materialism, money, is somehow more profound.
Shout out to my brother Lewis with the $25 cash app rocking out with us. My brother. Listen, is this in alignment with everything that I've been telling you guys? We all know that it's true, but here's the bad part about it. Women look at it as if we're taking goodies from them. Women have sold their biology for goodies. They don't even resemble women anymore. And did, period. I said what I said. We detest you. We don't want that, because we have already been turned on to what real women are supposed to resemble. And you are so far away from that spectrum. But let's go.
And more important than our nature, than our natural instinct to procreate, make more humans, and continue the bloodline. This is an absolute tragedy. And as men, if you date a woman that is in that position, that she has provided for herself, she has ticked off all of the bucket lists, she's financially stable, she's got everything a man would normally provide her, but she has accomplished it on her own. There is no space for you as a man to enter into that woman's life. And what will happen is the only way that polarity can exist is by the man submitting to that proxy man, which is a woman pretending to be a man, a woman that has adopted all of the traits of a successful, powerful, competitive, competent man with excellence, except one problem: she's a woman. Reality always wins. It doesn't matter how much you try to push against it. Reality wins. Nature wins. You cannot beat nature, and we are seeing this now in the modern age. Men, it is your time to step back into your masculine frame. We no longer are going to stand for this, and at the same time, we can't give women the excuse to point out and say, where are all the good men at? We as men have dropped the ball. We as men allowed this, and we as men will take it back, and we do it through becoming better men again, stepping back into purpose, responsibility, discipline, commitment, and a strong male community. If you're interested in doing that, then I suggest you click the link in my bio and join the Better Man Academy, where you will join over 2,000 other like.
It's just true. It's just true. If women, even back then, when our women used to have to check with our grandfathers before spending an insurmountable amount of money, if they would have been allowed to go crazy, they would have went crazy. And we know this because soon as they were allowed to do it, they went crazy. They destroyed the family dynamic by turning into something that is not capable of creating a family. They're not women anymore. They became hoes. They began letting multiple men at once run trains on them. They began carving their faces and their bodies up to the extent they're almost unrecognizable. They beat their faces with makeup. They glue other people's hair in their head. Their eyelashes are so long, you're not sure if this is some type of Halloween costume that they forgot to take the rest of off. They turned themselves into X objects. They stopped being nurturing mothers. They stopped being feminine women. They stopped being amazing wives. And so, whereas I understand that the most powerful men in America, here's the cost of all of this. Whereas I understand why the most powerful men in America would see value in empowering women, it came at the cost of trading that with what America was built on: families and communities. And again, that's why you see American men traveling to other countries for their women, but you don't see men from other countries traveling to America for their women. American women have become something that no man of quality wants when they're looking for a wife. If you have an empowered woman, it's going to make it very difficult for her to view you as somebody she can take instructions from, which is how the families are built and created, around the man's understanding and his vision. Think about it. Why would a woman take instructions or fall under the leadership of someone who she makes more money than or she's more successful than? The real answer: because that's the way God said it was supposed to be. But these women don't even worship God. They don't honor God. And it's very clear in multiple passages, God does not want women teaching men, having authority over men, speaking in churches. But yet we have all of these female evangelists and pastors. And when you bring up those Bible scriptures to them that suggest that they shouldn't be in those roles, they say, well, that's not what that scripture meant. And that's how you know their empowerment keeps them from being able to be led or corrected. So once a woman is empowered, there's almost no turning back. It's like letting the genie out of the lamp. The lamp that it's been in for 10,000 years. Even though the lamp was the genie's protection and safe place, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's high level difficult for an empowered woman to take instructions from an average man, which most men are. Thus, the word average. Let me see what's over here with my people on the. They said no sound. What? No sound. Give me a thumb up, Instagram, if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, Instagram, if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you. You know what? I can't do this. You guys know me now. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear Instagram. Well, you just want to be able to hear. Jeez, thanks, King. Somebody. But listen, this is what I'm telling you guys. Women have turned themselves into something that cannot obtain a decent date from a man or a decent man. And I don't think they know that they turned into something else. Well, I'm certain that they don't know because some of them were born into this. Some women in America, most women in America are 3 generations removed away from seeing Granny as the traditional woman that she was. They don't know what she looks like. They never got to see her. They never got to see that when grandpa's friends would come over, grandma would get up and instantly take herself into the bedroom away from man talk. They don't even know any of the rules and the things that make women resemble women to men. They don't know any of the things that cause men to identify a woman as a woman. They don't know. They just, only thing they know is I got a poontang. So that's what they do most of their talking with, their poontang. We all know that. I shouldn't even have to justify that. We all know that that's the way it really is. But let's go.
When men make money, their pool gets bigger. Mm-hmm. When women make money, your pool gets smaller. You know, a man that's like very wealthy, has their own business. I've asked them, like, there would be like a pretty waiter that comes to the table. I'm like, would you date her? Like, and they're like, yeah, I would date the waiter. It's a natural thing for a man to take care and provide. I also want someone has.
But women are hypergamous, meaning, well, we should stop using the word hypergamous. It's more like selfish. It's more like selfish, meaning women demand, when women reach certain successful heights, they demand that a man makes as much as she does. But when men make certain heights of success, he'll take a woman who's on welfare. This is why I told you guys that we're better human beings than you are. We're nicer, more compassionate. Our love is more genuine. Look at the movie Pretty Woman. Men will be multimillionaires and end up marrying the woman who serves them their coffee at the diner. Right? Let's get to it.
These goals and are taking care of themselves and can teach me something because I'm focusing on, you know, business and success and financials, which is a masculine quality. And so then you start to get.
She admitted it. Focusing on business and financials is a masculine quality. It is. Do you guys know how very, very, very difficult it would be to turn a very successful woman into the caliber of woman who has all of the nurturing traits of a classy, feminine woman? A lot of those things have been compromised in her. That woman has fired 3 people. She has turned herself into caliber of cutthroat woman who can fire somebody. Not saying she shouldn't have, but nonetheless, that's what you're dealing with. A woman who has the ability to get down and dirty should she need to. I don't want those women. I want women who, if another woman was to call her a bitch or something like that, she might break down crying. I love a soft woman who is just, I love it. I'm telling you. Hey, K, definitely in the building. Look. Let's go then. If we're going to go there, let's go. Turbulence, people. White supremacy used black females to destroy our families and community from the inside out.
Tragic! Tragic!
100%. Now look at us. On Men's Watch, this didn't happen. Why do you think that they gave African American women all of those amazing opportunities, even though they hate, for the most part, America is racist? You think they gave African American women all of these corporate opportunities and things like that because they wanted to see them do better? No. This thing was very fine-tuned. Do you know that even before they got to see the results of it, there were studies that was done that show how a woman would move if you give her economic resources? She would then seek to compete with the man. And it's hard for families to thrive in an environment like that, which is why you don't really see families thriving in the African American community. We have had videos of white women saying that they reject feminism and they apologize that they fell for it and things like that. Those women figured it out because after a certain amount of time, they saw what they were doing to communities. You can't be a feminist and also be pro-family. But let's go.
Smaller and smaller pools. And then there's also not as many men that feel comfortable dating a woman. Men make money, their pool gets bigger. When women make money, your pool gets smaller. You know, a man that's like very wealthy, has their own business. I've asked them, like, there would be like a pretty waiter that comes to the table. I'm like, would you date her? Like, and they're like, yeah, I would date the waiter. It's a natural thing for a man to take care and provide. I also want someone that's has these goals and are taking care of themselves and can teach me something because I'm focusing on, you know, business and success and financials, which is a masculine quality. And so then you start to get smaller and smaller pools. And then there's also not as many men that feel comfortable dating a woman that's very successful because then it brings up an insecurity within themselves that you don't need them to provide.
It does. See, they like to say that it brings up an insecurity. Men, do you know how hard it is for men to get insecure? It doesn't bring up an insecurity in us. What it does is it puts you in direct competition with our authority, and we don't want you. You can tell we don't want it because we don't accept it. Ladies, you should be paying attention to this show today. You should really be paying attention to this show today because it's going to be laid out to you clear. You don't believe me? Let's go.
Why are you so single, and why do you think it's so hard for us to find men that vibrate on the same level as us?
I think I'm surrounded by strong Black women, successful.
Did you hear what she said? Men who vibrate on the same frequency as us. Not the other way around, right? And this is my point. These women will tell you that they worship God. But everything that God says, they buck against it in order to experience the pleasures that come with rebellion. But even the Bible says sin is pleasurable, but for a time. Then comes the boogeyman. A lot of these women are living inside of an environment with the boogeyman right now. A lot of them have children by multiple different men, which has disqualified them from being able to date quality men. A lot of them are living inside of the nightmare that they were warned about when they were in their prime, when their boobs were perky, when their stomach was flat, when they didn't have any kids, when they didn't have that nasty attitude, when they didn't have a body count as high as they have now. You were warned. Now you're living inside of the curse of the repercussions of bucking against nature. Listen, let's go an extent deeper with it. A lot of these women, let's go if we're gonna go. Turbulence, people. A lot of these women can't even nut anymore. They've had so much sex, it takes a jackhammer and a bulldozer just to get her wet. Because she's had trains ran over. Because she's experienced men that when they pull their schlong out of her, she's gaping like this. A lot of these women that you see right now are just, even though they have that nice dress on, you're looking at that nice dress and you don't even know that woman is gaping like this while walking down the street. She gets blasted oh so efficiently on a regular. by multiple different men. And now, instead of having regular sex, she can't get off unless while the man is on top of her, she's also playing with herself with some type of vibrator. There is a multitude of repercussions that come from operating like this outside of nature. There's a multitude. Why do you think these women's lives are so terrible no matter how much money? Do you see how Kendra G is begging pretty much online? Kendra G can't buy a man. She keeps talking about what a man has to bring to the table and this and that, but we know that there's a lower quality man busting her down. You know why? I don't mean to say this, but I have to. Turbulence, people. Because no man in his right mind with even a shred of other options would be laying Kendra G. I don't mean any disrespect. I respect whatever it is, the accomplishments that she said she want to do, because she has to have been good or determined at business to achieve where she's at right now. But Kendra G, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just going to say Kendra G is not an attractive woman with the makeup and the weave on. I hate these headphones. ZF.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Prince?
Ah, man. I saw your call, man, but I was preparing for the show right then and there and still was a little bit late. What's going on? What you got for me?
I figured that's what it was. Well, first of all, I want to talk to the audience. We have never had less than 50 people in here since 10 minutes into the show, and the likes still suck. The comments are off because there's an anemic number of likes.
Bro, I thought I was tripping. Like, are you crazy?
No. I turned them off as soon as I got here. I keep telling everybody the likes are off the comments are off because the likes are
If you
low.
guys don't know, this is the moderator who's speaking. He controls whether or not the comments get turned on, off, who gets this, that, right? So, listen.
We're almost an hour into the show and don't even have 10,000 likes. This is horrible.
We are actually an hour and 8 minutes into the show.
Oh, my bad. I mistimed it. But we're over an hour in and don't even have 10,000 likes. This is horrible. We should have been at 10,000 likes 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the show. Come on, y'all.
I agree.
This is unacceptable. Like, likes don't cost y'all nothing. It ain't a super chat. It ain't a cash app. All you got to do is use your thumb a little bit. So let's get that popping, and I'll turn the comments back on. The shares are actually very good. We have 12 shares so far. I'm digging that. But we really appreciate the shares, but the likes are in the toilet. Also, though,
if you give us more likes, more people will engage on the page, and we will have more interaction and more people for you to converse with and share your opinions or dislikes or likes with the show. That's how that works.
Yep. But one thing I wanted to add that you haven't gotten to yet, maybe, or it's just not on your agenda. Here's why successful men don't like successful women.
Somebody said who cares? Just do the show. Any of the moderators, if you choose to, you can block that account. Go ahead.
Yeah, here's why successful men don't like successful women. Successful people are fucking busy. If I'm successful and you're successful, we're both busy. We don't have time for each other. That's number one. Number two, successful people are fucking stressed. They're stressed out. If I'm stressed out, you stressed out, you're too busy, I'm too busy, the relationship will not work.
My first time disagreeing with everything that you said, but I'm going to let you finish to see if we're going to get eye to eye.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to let you know my disagreement was that you said that's the issue with, I guess, men dating successful women. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, that's a key contributor. If I'm super busy, you're super busy. We don't have time for each other. If you're stressed out because of your work, I'm stressed out because of my work, plus we don't have time for each other, the relationship will ultimately fail. If your clients are always, you're always on your phone because of your clients, I'm always on my phone because of our clients, we're in the same room, not even paying attention to each other.
Brother, overwhelmingly, the issue with ambitious and driven women is it takes them far away from their feminine element. And that's what most men don't like about them. Think about it.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm adding that element to what you're already talking about. I mean, honestly, if okay, Stacey, if say you're dating another content creator who's as busy as you are, doing almost everything themselves, right? You didn't have time for a 5-minute conversation earlier today with me. How are y'all going?
No, I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm not saying what you're saying isn't valid. I'm saying it's not the core. Because people can find a way. People can find a way with that. Well, they can make that work. If once we discover that we're too busy for each other, we can, stop. Well, you know what, babe, I'm gonna stop doing as much overtime. You can make that work. I'm saying that my premise is men don't desire ambitious and driven women.
Right. No, you're talking about men overall. I'm talking about two hyper successful people in a relationship. Like the man might say that, okay, I'll dial it back. What highly successful woman do you know is willing to dial it back?
No, that's my point. And she's not willing to dial it back because she's not operating in her feminine.
Right.
She's not operating in her feminine because she's become an ambitious and driven entity.
Right. Well, and here's the old saying, opposites attract.
I appreciate the share, low chillin'. Go ahead, bro.
If I'm hyper busy and you're hyper busy and you're hyper successful, I'm hyper successful, we're always both on our phones, we're both always stressed out. Who's gonna be the balance in the relationship?
Right.
Who's gonna balance it out?
Well, that phone is about to die. I got 2 phones with bad batteries. I swear. But my phones do get used that other people's don't, though. I'm uploading, downloading, all kind of stuff.
Right. So I'm saying, if you know what I'm saying, all I'm saying is, on top of what you're saying, if you add that component to it, the relationship is doomed to fail. And successful people, period, but especially successful men, are all about return on investment. So, and risk assessment.
Hey, ZF, I got to unplug this and put this charger in this phone before it die. Go ahead. I'm on like 5%. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, so, but I'm just saying, if the overall probability is highly likely that this relationship isn't going to work out, people who with analytic minds like that aren't going to even do it because they know that the return on investment isn't there.
Talking heads cuts up in this situation, rocking out with us. OG Stacy, Dallas, Texas, showing love. Whole barbershop watching the show right now. Talk that talk. Hey, ZF, I got to plug this up, brother.
All right,
bro. I'll bring you back
up. I just came up to add that.
My man.
And tap the screen, y'all.
Tap that screen. Jeez, why is this messed up so bad? But listen, I want you guys to hear this.
So single, and why do you think it's so hard for us to find men that vibrate on the same level as us?
I think I'm surrounded.
She believes that men are supposed listen. She believes that men are supposed to be vibrating on the same frequency as women. She was unaware of what she even said. And that shows you how far that these women have gone. It shows you how far they have gone. Man ain't got no fucking business vibrating on the frequency of a woman. Girl, and would you give me the draws if I was acting like that? Would you respect me if I was running around talking about period? This is what I'm saying. They've gotten so far out, they don't even know what they're saying. You're saying dumb shit. And we won't check you about it. Guess what we'll do? Keep on moving, don't stop. No, keep on moving. And it's what we do to you. That's why you guys are complaining all over the place. You are not what we lock down. You are what we bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. But here's the crazy part. You don't say, men keep hitting me with the infamous belt buckle jingle. For those of you who don't know what the infamous belt buckle jingle is, the infamous belt buckle jingle is when a man climbs on top of a woman, and at that moment he's about to release, because he sees no other value about this woman other than her poontang. The moment that man releases, he doesn't roll over and give her a kiss on her cheek. He doesn't roll over and say, babe, where's the remote control at so we can watch a movie? He doesn't roll over and say, babe, get dressed. We're going out to eat in public. Because that man sees little value in that woman, the first thing that man does when he releases is reaches for his pants, signaling his exit, because he can find no other tangible reason to be around you. You've turned yourselves into something that we only hit with the infamous belt buckle jingle, but because we hit you with the infamous belt buckle jingle, you don't analyze yourself and say, maybe when men get done having sex with me, they leave me because I am overweight, or because I do have a mouth, or because I do have 3 children by 3 different men, or because I am kind of masculine, or because I'm not that feminine. You don't say any of those things. You just say men ain't shit. But here's the logic. The logic is men don't often see something that is impressive, that is invaluable, that is amazing, and opt to walk in the opposite direction of it. When men see something impressive or valuable or amazing, we walk in the direction of it. So if men are walking in the opposite direction of you after they're done having their way with you, your dating value is low. And your dating value is low because of you. We don't want to hear anything about, but the men, but the men, but the men. You know why? Because as men, we won't let you bring us down. I don't care who you are or what your influence is. You're not going to convince me to, babe, just listen, babe. Just listen, babe. Babe, just listen one time. I was thinking about, what if we brought another man in the bedroom and I saw you? It would turn me on if you saw. We don't care how crazy you are about us. If you say some shit like that to us, you will forever be reserved to the realm of the infamous belt buckle jingle. We might not even touch you again. You say some stuff like that. But here you guys go. The things that you do, the messed up things that you do, you find a way to put it on men. We can't put our dilemmas on you. We can't. And we don't even attempt to, because we don't get better by putting our dilemmas on you, saying you made us do something, or you're responsible for us having all these children. You don't ever hear men running around talking about, we have all of these children because of the women. You know how dumb that sounds? Somebody accused us, my guy, you got 5 children by 5 different women, but the women made me. It's the what about the women? You know how goofy that sounds? That's like the man saying he's powerless over himself and that women have power over him. Right? Again, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is high level difficult for an empowered woman to take instructions from an average man, which most men are average. And those are actually the good men to build families with. Because a man like me, you're going to listen, my son right now, my son is young, and he has a woman petitioning him to lock her down. Again, listen, my son. So you know what type of mindset he's already been equipped with. He was talking about it today. He said, Dad, I know I could do better. I told him, I said, boy, do you know that was yesterday's show? He's nice to her. He respects her. But he won't be seen in public with her. This is what I'm telling you. You have to be something that men are attracted to, that men value in order for men to lock you down. Because listen, we're not talking about the lames and the simps and the suckers and the men who lack confidence. I'm not going to throw men who lack confidence in that, because men who lack confidence are still good men. Men who are shy are still good men. Something just happened to them, or something that was supposed to happen didn't happen to them, right? And I have empathy for men like that, because they either didn't have a father in their life or they had some type of struggles growing up. And that's how they turn out that way. But men who are equipped with all of their faculties and things, they're not going for this stuff that you guys are trying to sell. You know how we know? How many of you ladies have the man that you wanted?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
It means the higher level men who are confident, who are handsome, who do get their way with women, aren't picking you because they can do better. And if they can do better, if they are out of their league, you have to sweeten the pot. You have to make this deal. You have to make this contract look appetizing to that man. He has to be able to say, shit, we about to set this thing on fire. We might as well go. He has to be able to say, she's not as cute as the women that I typically have access to. Her body isn't as banging as the women I typically have access to. But damn, every time I call her, it's just like her voice is so nice. It like puts me under a spell. Like, this woman is all feminine. She's just nice. She's accommodating. It's easy to cooperate with this girl. You guys don't do that. You think that you can come in all manner of the trash that you have attached to yourself throughout your journey of dating and walking through life and convince a man to accept you as you are. He doesn't have to, which is why he hasn't. Watch this. Let's get the lies going. Ladies on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, give me a thumbs up if you have the man that you wanted. And the thumbs up is a promise on your kids' life that you're telling the truth. Ha! Let's go. Give me a thumbs up if you right now have the man that you actually wanted and you had your pick. Let's go. This is on 4 different platforms. Watch this. I'm not going to make fun of you because I don't desire that for you. I just know. Like, look, on all 4 of these platforms, we have no motion. There's not one thumbs up on all of these platforms. It's because you won't sweeten. Listen, the women aren't even lying. We are on 4 platforms. And when I said it's on the well-being of your kids that you tell the truth, there is not one thumbs up. Not one. And I'm not glad about that for you ladies, because some of you ladies have the potential to be deserving of a good man. Here's what it is. You're not with the man that you wanted because he most of the time, men are out of your league. Here's what I mean by that. A man can have 5 children with 3 different women. He can even not be in shape. He can even not be handsome. And his money doesn't have to be right. And Lord God up in heaven above, if that is a confident man, if that boy knows how to dress, if that boy knows how to lay pipe, if that boy's swag is on point, he can bag the baddest chick on the block. You don't have that leverage. You don't have it. There are 3 million more women in America than there are men. We have a smorgasbord, a buffet at our disposal. Men don't have to settle. So if that man already has that type of leverage over you, sweetie, all you got to do is be willing to sweeten the pot for that man. Stop dressing like a hoochie. Stop all and did, period. I said what I said. Independent woman. I don't need a man. I want one. we will forever blow your butt out. We will use you as a resting place for our balls until we find our woman. That's what we will do. Some of you know it because some of you are in the holding pattern that you've been in for years now. I'm not glad that you men have put you in holding patterns. What I'm telling you is you have to sweeten the pot. You have to make this deal seem like it's not an unfair contract. You have to, or we won't sign that contract. I'm not even talking about marriage. Why do you think it's so hard to get men to commit to a relationship? It's because most men, almost all men, know that they have vast options. And they're saying to themselves, to get locked down in this serious relationship with this woman is me agreeing that I will not touch or be intimate with any of the other billions of women in the world. Do you know what type of deal you have to present to get a man to agree to something like that? I won't touch any of the other billions of women in the world? Shit, this is the hottest show online. Have you ever thought about what type of currency is required to get a man to say, I will pledge and promise to be in a relationship with this woman, seek no attention from any other woman, and touch no other woman? Let's do it like this because I want some information. Men and women, I have a question for all of you, and I want you to answer me. I'm going to read some of the responses out loud. Based on the value of a man's bachelor status, him agreeing to never entertain any other women and only be with you, no sex with other women, only you. What do you think you would have to trade for something that valuable out of a man's life? And I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to read them. I want to know, what do you think a woman would have to trade for something as valuable as a man pledging to never touch any other woman but you? What do you think you have to bring to the table to get a man to pledge to something like that? Let's go. Let's go. I want to see these. I'm going to read these. What do you have to take to Gucci to be able to purchase something out of there? Right? We know what you have to take. So what do you think you have to present to a man in order for you to get him to say something like, I will never touch any other woman but you out of the billions of women in the world who look 10 times better than you? What do you think you have to present for a man to get him to go for a deal like that? I want to know. Cool G said peace, submission, 100%. Look, Andre said peace of mind and loyalty. Talk that talk. There go my girl Kay. Kay said respect, peace, cooperation, appreciation, and partnership. You got to bring the total package to get a man to agree to not look in any other woman's way for the rest of his life. This is the hottest show online. What the hell is that? That's weird. Shout out to G over here with the super chat. Appreciate the love, my brother. That's crazy. Yeah. Something that valuable. Listen. Name me something that is very, very valuable to society that does not come with a very high price? Name it. I'm going to wait. I want to see. Name it. Speak. Men and women. Name me something that is very, very valuable to society that does not come at a very expensive price. Let's go. I want to see. Hey, listen, people, if you have not subscribed to the show, you don't know that we have hundreds, close to 1,000 full-length shows that you've never gotten to see because they're hidden inside of the subscription on YouTube. If you subscribe to YouTube, which is $2.99 a month, you get to see all of the 4 and 5 hour shows that we've done for the last 4 years. Don't play yourself. This is the hottest show online, and we have a wealth of content hidden behind the members only badge. Look, Cool G said nothing. Nothing. There is nothing that is very valuable to society that does not come with a very expensive price. So why the hell do you think that you can request something as valuable as a man pledging to never entertain any other woman but you? Listen, you guys are coming with multiple children by multiple different men trying to sequester this from men. Out of your damn mind.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Hey, listen. We talking about overweight, obese, multiple children by multiple men, older, which is that's a strike against you. Older is a strike against you. If you are 40 plus, that is a strike against you on the dating market. There's things that you would have to do. You would have to still have retained some of your youthful beauty, right? You would have to be in shape, feminine, not too much, because if you're 40 and you have a couple of nice components that men's biology is generally attracted to, we'll go for it because we're not as selfish as you are. We don't need all of it. We just want the main parts that intrigue men, or not intrigue men, that is wired to men's biology. Listen, my brother said it all comes with a very high price, and my fiance has paid it in spades. Rapping Magazine up in this situation. I appreciate the love. Look, the best things in life are free. Prove that to me the next time you get hungry. Prove that to me the next time you need shelter. Right? Prove that to me the next time you need to get from A to B. We got to stop latching on to these sayings, because some of them are sayings that sound good to the ear, but they don't work well in reality. Even the Bible says, money answereth all things. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Man, why do everybody say I look like Paul Pierce? It's been going on for 4 years. This is crazy. They said Paul Pierce going hard. I hate you people, man. Listen, they say Paul Pierce, Charlie Wilson, and Tyler Perry. Reppin' Magazine said high blood pressure, hysterectomies, etc. Said done got their organs pulled out. My people are crazy. Look, they said nothing's free, not even salvation. Even salvation requires that you bring something to the table. My fiance has shown me dedication, devotion, and loyalty. I would desire to make me forsake all others for her. She's lovely, intelligent, beautiful, and family oriented. Listen. Oh, okay. Ismail said, I meant loyalty by that, Prince. Millions of dollars could still get you betrayed. Yeah, 100%. Okay, I see what you're saying. You do, Stacy, kind of give that Paul Pierce a vibe. I was supposed to do a show with Paul Pierce. We talked a couple times, but it was during the holiday. And Paul Pierce actually has a cool show. Him and, what is her name? She's very beautiful. This woman used to be hell on wheels. I don't know what they did to her. I got to do a show on her. I couldn't stand seeing this woman when she would come on the internet. I couldn't stand it. She's got a beautiful name too. I forget her name. I forget what her name is, but she was. Yeah, she scarred me in some of the things I saw about her. But then when I started seeing her on Paul Pierce show, Paul Pierce show, this woman is feminine, fit, reasonable. Yeah, people, we about to have a serious problem. This is crazy. Let me see something. Instagram. Okay, that's cool though, because. But listen, let's get back to the show. This is what I'm telling you guys. Well, we might as well play the rest of the last little clip.
By strong black women, successful black women, and we're all still trying to figure it out. We'll get on the dating apps or we'll go to the.
Why are you so single, and why do you think it's so hard for us to find men that vibrate on the same level as us?
I think I'm surrounded by strong black women, successful black women, and we're all still trying to figure it out. We'll get on the dating apps or we'll go to the networking events and we're just not finding it. I'm trying to figure out where to find him, girl.
Because we don't want you. Men don't want women who live their lives like men live their lives. Now, we will smash you. We're not going to turn down any poontang. We're not going to do it. And listen, I'm about to give up some secrets, fellas. Let's go. Turbulence, people. For those of you who are familiar with the show, when you hear that, I'm probably about to go left. I want to tell you, ladies, something about men. Something that you don't know. We know ahead of time how we're going to treat you. Even if you're a nice person. But we can't come to you when we haven't had any poontang in about a week or two, knowing we want something bad as hell. We can't come to you and tell you the things about you that we don't like because we won't get the poontang then. So there likely are some things that are still wrong with you that are preventing me from locking you down. But I'm not going to tell you about them if they're really, really bad. Now, me, myself, I'm the caliber man who I will tell you. If I believe that if we got those things corrected, I could do something with you, I will pull you to the side. I'll groom you. I'll make you shed those bad ways, right? Until I find out that there's nothing that I can do with you, then I'll discard you. That's simply what it is. Yeah, Azar. Her name is Azar. Like, I'm going to try to get her on the show because whatever she did, like, her transformation is unbelievable. This woman was yelling loud. Oh, I don't know why someone hasn't done an interview on her. Like, her transformation, when I first saw her on Paul Pierce's show, I thought it was a different woman. I said, she looks like that woman that used to yell and be rambunctious and obnoxious. But I couldn't believe it was the same human, and it wasn't a long span of time from the transition. It was within a year that this woman changed into a feminine, cooperative, nice, very attractive woman, and I think she lost about 40, 50 pounds. I think she lost it the natural way, too. I could be wrong, I don't know, but she's bad than a mother effer right now. I would have never even looked her way. But she's kind of all that to me now. She doesn't really, to my knowledge, she doesn't really interrupt Paul Pierce when he's speaking and things like that. She has a lot of wifeable traits. Now, you can still detect some feminist viewpoints that she has. She's still, I don't want to say very outspoken, but what she is she's a defender of women, which none of us should be defenders of men or women. We should be defenders of that which is right. Derivative of the word righteous. Listen, people, did you guys know that we don't get any gifts on TikTok anymore? What happened? Is this not the hottest show online anymore? Let's get to it, people. We have not hit our nightly show goal of $50. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. People, we are $40 away from our nightly show goal over here on YouTube. Let's get to it, people. You guys know we usually cut the show off at around the 2-hour mark if we're under our limit. Let's get to it, people. Those of you who are on Instagram, if you rock with the show, if you value the content, you see the Cash App tagged down, pinned down in the comments. Rock out with us. You know what it is. Shout out to Zachariah, been rocking with us ever since Zachariah been rocking with us. But listen, let's get to it. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it is high-level difficult for an empowered woman to take instructions from an average man, which most men are. Which means in America, an average man is going to have a lot of trouble getting an American woman to be interested in him or impressed with him. Because now that she's empowered, even though her empowerment may have come through other avenues like being sexy, being beautiful, the way she smells, the way she dresses, her allure, regardless as to how she became empowered, even if she doesn't deserve the empowerment, now she is no longer suitable to be what God assigned women to be for men. And if you dump any type of trauma on top of that, being raised in a low impoverished era, being raised in a sense of urgency, being influenced by social media and music, it makes it severely worse. Now she's in full competition mode with men. A woman who is only a millionaire will now only be turned on and intrigued by men who have tens of millions. It's just how they're operating. People who are on her level or below, she will not be attracted to them, and she might look down on them. You don't believe me? Let's go. Let me see if I can pull the right one up on the first try. Let me see something.
So I know the dating life is hard for women that's entrepreneurs. I'm not gonna lie.
In my opinion, the more you make as a woman, the harder it get. Because women typically want to date somebody that makes at least what they make.
Yeah, it is.
So if you're making 100, 200, 250, your dating options are already then dropped a lot. Because you ain't gonna date nobody that make less than that.
Yeah. So, and with me, like I'm not.
She's agreeing and admitting to it that the more money that women make, the less they're willing to tolerate an average man. She's agreeing to it when most men are average. 85 to 90% of the men are average. So do you see that 15 to 20% pool that you have to pick from out of the caliber of men that you're attracted to? Why do they find you attractive? What do you have to offer an elite man who has options that exceed you. And that's the crosshairs that these women are stuck in. Let's go.
I ain't gonna lie.
You date somebody that make less than you?
So, okay, this is my limit. They can't make less than 100K. That's my limit right there. 100K is my limit.
And what they make? 85.
85 is cool too as well. So 85 is cool
Okay.
too as well, but nothing less than that. And another thing is too, the dude I'm dating, if he's working, 9 to 5, he has to have an entrepreneurship mindset or an investment mindset to where, I don't want him to work this job for the rest of his life. If it's not like a doctor or a lawyer, something
Right.
essential.
Right.
You know what I mean? If it's like a regular job, like you can't be with me and work that regular job like forever because
Man,
like
why not though?
if I want to go to Greece in 2 weeks and you can't go,
Listen.
you got to ask your boss for PTO. That's a
Shout out to my girl Kay down there rocking with us with the $25 Apple Pay up in this situation. I don't know why that didn't come across the screen. It's my girl. Miss Erica said, I have a lot to offer. I'm trying to find my person. Well, come on up, Miss Erica. Let's talk about why you haven't found him and what you might be able to do to increase your odds. Because listen, I want to say this to the ladies. One, we've been doing this show for 4 years straight, and we haven't missed many days. And what I have found overwhelmingly that is hurting women is if you listen to women, they're trying to find something perfect. The only thing that all of us can do, we can't get perfection, but we can increase the odds. We can do certain things to increase the odds of getting that which we desire. Miss Erica, tell me how your night's going.
Hey, it's going. Thank you for bringing me up.
No worries. Listen, Instagram, those of you who want to rock with us on the rest of the show, it's just about to get heated. If you want to rock with us, come on over to YouTube or TikTok and rock out with us. We're out of here. Go ahead, Miss Erica. Tell me why you don't think you found your person yet.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like I have a lot to offer. I do feel like I'm listening to your show and I'm listening to a lot of other things, and it's interesting that I'm hearing that the men want a woman that doesn't like max out her abilities. I don't get it. I'm a successful real estate agent. I've got my bachelor's in IT, so every now and then I do government work, do network engineering work. So I'm not a gold digger. So that tells you right there, I'm not a gold digger. I want to put in my part, and I want that person to, put in their part so that it's a partnership. I will never use egg. I agree with you. I never will say we're equal. We're not intended to be made equal, but we're intended to, complement each other, right? So that we can do this thing called life.
Okay, let's talk. Let's get to this thing for real. Turbulence, people. Are men superior to women?
One more time.
Are men superior to women?
Are women superior?
No. Are men superior to women? I'm going to tell you now. Listen, hold on. Listen, I'm going to tell you now. I'm asking you certain questions because oftentimes women's answers, I can show them where it's translating into their behavior as men see them without them knowing it. Your beliefs.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so what took so long?
Yes.
Tell me what took so long.
I'll tell you what took so long is that I know people think of things like an octagon. They look at things in different angles, but in general, yes, they are superior.
Okay, we can stop right there.
Yes,
Give me a second.
yes.
Give me a second. Me and you are doing our thing. I make around, you make what you currently make right now, and I make $55,000 a year. I'm good to you. We don't often get into it. The SEX is amazing. We pretty much have a good thing going on. We've been together for like 18 months, right? You are looking for something and you find a condom in my pocket. Upon investigation, it leads you to my phone, which leads you to the knowledge that I've cheated 3 other times, is our relationship over?
Wow. Wow. Yes. Here's why.
Hold on,
Well,
hold
go
on, hold
ahead.
on, hold on.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
you don't know this. You don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
But God gave men vision. We can see ahead of time. Literally. That's why you see us do a lot of the things that we do. We can literally, hey, babe, get over here on this side of the street and walk with me. And you don't know. We saw that bush that you were about to walk past. We don't know what was it. We saw that bush shake. We have instincts. We have reflexes. We have vision. When we go in the club and we're looking for something for that night, we can look around that club and tell instantly the women who have high probability that she'll give us some on the first night. We have instincts on the women who will give us oral on the first night. And we can also detect in that very same club the women who are likely to force us to pursue her long term and court her. We can also detect the women who are simply not good. Now, my point in bringing that up is this. The statement that you just made, sweetie, if you don't listen to anything else that I've ever said on this show, listen to this. We can see that on you. We can see that you're the type that would sabotage a 3-year relationship over cheating. And that's an investment to men. All that me and you have been doing together, Miss Erica, we've been having raw, unprotected sex. I have been doing things to you that I wouldn't do to any other woman. I have given you money. I have bought you gifts. I have invested in you. And if we tally up the things I've done, I'm not saying that you haven't done anything for me. If we tally up the things that I have done for you over that 18 months, it will probably add up to some thousands, right? You are an investment to us. But what we deem as a bad investment is someone who will throw everything we've invested in you away over an infidelity. I'm not saying put up with a cheater. I'm talking about someone who has cheated a couple times. We're talking about those slip-ups and things. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because if it's 18 months that we're dating, or you said 3 years, then why haven't we married up? Why haven't you married me up?
I mean, you're taking it to a whole different point. We can discuss that later. What I'm telling you is I probably haven't married you up because I've already detected in you that you're the type that no matter how far this relationship goes, listen, I'm going to go so far as to say this. You're not even supposed to be willing. And listen, if you want to play it the route that you just took it, that goes even deeper. Let's say that we are married. So let's go there since you want to go there. Turbulence, people. We're married for a year, for 18 months. Same scenario. You find a condom in my pocket that leads you to find out that I've cheated 3 times. Are you going to divorce me?
I'm going to investigate.
No, there's no investigating. I cheated. I'm on video. I'm busted. There's no wondering did I do it or investigating to see if I did it. I'm busted. I cheated 3 times.
Stacy,
Talk to me. Let's go.
there's definitely some separation going on. It might not be a divorce, but there might be some separation. The reason why I say that is because, like you said, there's an investment that's been involved, so I have to tear some things apart. But the relationship will not be the same. No, absolutely not.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now listen to me. Listen to me, Erica. Listen to me, Erica. So I should not invest years into you. It's a bum investment. I'm not even saying I'll cheat, but I'm saying a woman who does not listen, sweetie, a successful marriage is created inside of a woman's head long before she even gets married. A successful marriage is a woman saying to herself, my next marriage, I promise you it's going to work and nothing's going to break it up. Until you develop that mindset, then that means I have partnered up with a woman whom, if certain things happen, she'll throw this away. And I don't want no parts of that. We are supposed, your vows say to death do us part. But you guys aren't moving like that. And listen, why do you think it is so hard for women to lock good men down? Because our bachelor status is very important. It is the time of a man's life where the world is his oyster. I get to ride around. Everybody knows that that's my car when they see it. Listen, my condo laid out. White bear rug, white carpet, white furniture. And I'm talking about women are impressed every time they come to my spot. And they go out and tell their friends my reputation is popping, booming. And I'm going to give all of that up for a woman who has not made up her mind that we are going to be together forever? Hell no. Hell no. I'll just keep on coming by your crib and we can keep on doing our thing. But sweetie, you need to understand that men view life different than women do. When men are talking about commitment, we really believe until the end. And you know how I can prove that? That's why 80% of the time when a divorce is filed or a relationship is dissolved, who do you think dissolves it or files the divorce? Men or women? I said
Most of them it's women.
no. 80% of the time it's women. It's very easy for you guys. You guys don't even have, I don't even have to get cheating. With women, a woman can start getting the notion of whether or not its grass is greener on the other side. She can see a old fling of hers who used to blow her back out. If she sees him at the gas station, now her mind is at work, and she will jeopardize this marriage for that bit of emotion that compelled her to go left. Now, what I'm saying to you, sweetie, listen, trust me when I tell you this. Watch this. You don't have to trust me. Fellas, give me a thumbs up right now on all three platforms. Give me a thumbs up if men can talk to a woman, experience a woman, and tell if she's the type that will throw away a meaningful relationship. Give me a thumbs up if I'm right. Give me a hell no if I'm wrong. Watch this, man. Watch those comments. There we go. There we go. And see, that's what I'm telling you, man. We don't often give up our bachelor status because you guys have shown us a pattern. You guys are willing to throw away life partnerships for bullshit. But I want to say this because I'm going to change some things about you tonight. I'm going to say this to you. The pain that you feel from me cheating, the discomfort that you feel from me cheating those couple of times, and I'll likely not do it again, there'll be temporary pains, temporary discomforts that you'll be over with after a year. But sweetheart, once you go down that path of being chronically single for some years, that pain and that loneliness won't even be in comparison to the pain you felt when I cheated on you. The pain of you being alone for years is going to chew up and spit out that little pain that you felt for me cheating on you. And it turns into a physical component. You won't have a protector because women are about to need a protector. We're not going to go into all of that. America's about to collapse, but we're not going to go into all of that. There's going to be chaos. We might even be about to endure race wars within the next year or two. You can look this up. White supremacists are already preparing. They're coming from Canada to United States, grouping up and training. Not only that, the American economy is about to collapse. Robert Kiyosaki just made a viral prediction that America will collapse in 2027. Do you mind telling me what year we're in right now? Miss Erica.
It's scary. It's scary.
Hold on. What year is this?
We're in 2026 and it's scary.
So that means, hold on. That means his prediction is a year away. Now, what I'm saying to you is, man, what you're really doing is you're taking a M16 to the pawn shop and saying, this very valuable machine, GUN, I'll trade you this for a Swiss Army knife. You're trading bullshit. Your deals suck. You're willing to give up a life partner over an indiscretion that the pain of it won't last but some months. And this is why I'm telling you, we don't understand you guys. But I want to describe my version of a life partner to you. The premise of this show is two people getting together and architecting the best possible outcome for two people's lives in the later years of their lives when our immune systems start to break down, When your favorite doctor tells you he's found a lump in both your breasts. When you don't even know it, but the same route that you're traveling right now, a man driving a semi has been drinking. Now they have to cut one of your legs off. When you are 70 years old, having to carry full packs of bottled waters up your stairs or into your house, however, you are trading a life partner over your ego? And that's why it's so hard for you guys to get men to commit, because men don't really play that. Men believe in contracts. Men believe in fair deals. And what you guys are presenting to us, it's not a fair deal. We are called upon to be willing to step in front of a bullet for you. And most men will do it. Most men will not let something happen to their significant other. We'll risk our lives. And ma'am, you're willing to give that up over a selfish moment that a man had? That he doesn't even care about.
Be an option? Why should cheating even be an option?
Sweetie, why did Eve cheat? Eve cheated on God Almighty. Eve, listen, the Bible describes that Adam and Eve were in the presence of God. It talks like you could feel his wind blow by. You know how when we're in stores and things like that, we won't really steal because there's people close by. God Almighty was close by, and Eve still couldn't refrain from bad behavior. Hopefully that answers your question. It simply means things happen. Things happen. But it's usually not the things that happen that matter the most. You know what matters the most? How we respond to the things that happen. Can you agree to that?
Yeah.
Do you know that statistically, when you women leave men, you don't do better? Did you know that? You usually get a man who was below the man you left. Whoever you have children by, when you women leave that man, you typically don't get a man who is better than him. I'm telling you, man, we think you guys are crazy. When we see women move in society, it's bad. This is bad, but I think it's out of our control. We are forced to view the collective women as a whole as like they're not that intelligent. We have to, because the things that we see you guys doing, these aren't small things. These are things that sabotage your life in your 60s and 70s. And we just don't understand how you guys are doing it. We don't get it. Let me say this one more time. Life partner. You familiar with the WWF and the wrestling world? How like they have the tag team wrestling when one partner is in the ring and he gets really exhausted, but he tags his friend in, his friend who's just been sitting there resting. And when he tags his friend gets in the ring full of energy, ready to go in. And he's full of energy, so he's powerful. Did you guys know that that's how men and women are supposed to be competing against the world and all of the elements of trouble that occasionally comes into our lives? But you guys don't do that. I'll give you an example. Me and you are together, and our money is funny right now, and things are happening out of the blue. I'm talking about we have about $2,500 left, and our bills currently, because of how long we've been in this jam, our bills, essential bills, we need like $7,000 right now, even rent's a month behind. If you're a single woman, the resources that you have, you can call your dad, you can call this person, you can call a friend. And when you get done making your calls, if you haven't come up with what you need to come up with, you have no other resources. But women who have a life partner, after she's made all of the calls and she still hasn't come up with it, guess what? She has a partner now who can now get on the phone and exhaust all of his calls. And by the time he's done, mixed with what she was able to put up together, they have every damn thing that they need. It's why we think you guys are crazy.
Stacey, that's true, but you also have to realize let's talk about the inventory. It's low. I mean,
hold on, what's low? Inventory of men?
Yes. Let's look at this. It's very obviously within all the ethnicity, there's more women than men, and then the quality of men that are out there, and then we've normalized, binary, non-binary, the bisexual. I mean, and then the attraction level that needs to go in order to make a relationship happen. Those things compromise. Those things.
Hey, how about this?
Happens.
How about you don't worry about that there's not enough? Because you're right, there's not enough men to go around for women. But how about you don't worry about that and you go out of your way to get yours? How about that? How about you make sure you get yours? How about you don't give a damn if he works for UPS? You guys, see, here's the thing. The reason why men are going to other countries to get women, but men from other countries, the reason why American men are going to other countries to get their women, but men from other countries aren't coming to America to get their women, because nobody in the rest of the world agrees with American women's mindset and their decision making. See, women in other countries, they've seen their men have to rise above the occasion and do certain things that are not money related. But you know, in America, women value men at their monetary abilities. And that's why you guys aren't getting men. See, because a man's value is way more than money. Men latched on to women. When women have a man, it's like she has a second brain. Hold on, where the hell you? I know you don't think you going out with Jaleesa and them dressed like that, and instantly that man just saved you from when you go out with Jaleesa and a man grabbed your coochie like Donald Trump. Now I have to go up out there and blah 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 blah. That saves you interest. That saves you instantly from a couple of men who you may find handsome, and then now that you're dressed that way, they actually have the kahunas to come over there and approach you, and now you gotten yourself in the jam. You may or may not be able to resist the temptation. See, men save women for themselves too. When we talk about men are called upon to be providers and protectors, you guys look at it like protectors from danger. Sweetheart, men's biggest thing is protecting women from themselves. And if you don't believe me, look out there at the current state of single women. The world hasn't done the damage to you guys. Men haven't done the damage to you guys. You guys have destroyed yourselves. You've destroyed your images. You've destroyed your chastity. You've destroyed how sacred women used to be. You've ruined your reputations nationwide. You guys have multiple children by multiple men. You have extremely high body counts. You've let yourselves get overweight significantly. You've developed terrible attitudes with, let's go. Turbulence, people. Outside of a woman's connection to a man, she is of little significance on this entire planet. It's just what it is. Listen, your reason for being created was what? Tell me. If you would believe in God, what do you think God even created a woman for? It won't hurt you. Tell me, why do you think God created women?
Well, we bring in our feminine energy.
No. Why did God create women?
To keep, like it says in the Bible, to keep company.
I don't know where that's at. You were created for men, ma'am.
To be supportive.
No. You were created for men. The Bible goes into detail and it discusses. Listen, prior to God creating woman, there was no mention of him desiring to create a woman. You know, when God decided to create a woman, after God created the aquifers, the birds of the air, the fish of the sea, and everything. If you go back around Genesis 4, it shows you his clear process of building everything. And you can tell he was building this for something that was very near and dear to his heart. Man. And he was done. After he did it, he was done. But then once God created man, he cared about man so much. Guess what the Bible says? And God, who knows everything, saw that it was not good for man to be alone. So he did what? Created woman for him. Ma'am, you were not even created for yourself. Listen to me. Your sex was not created for you. It was created for man. You are a helpmate. And the reason why women are struggling so bad in the world is because you guys are like cars who said, I don't need a battery. I'm independent. I don't need a battery. and now you won't budge an inch. Without a battery, a car is no good. Without a man, a woman is defeated. And if you disagree with me, I'm going to show you something. Can you tell me what race of women in America you believe has the highest rate of being single? You've probably read about it or heard about it. It's fine for you to say. What race of women do you think?
It's the brown and black community.
It's African American women. Okay, now let's be honest. I'm not going to push you to go in on black women because I don't do that. The reputation of black women, can we agree that it's not as good as it could be?
Agree.
Okay, now what do both of those things have in common? Think about this. The group of women with the highest rate of being single has also been ranked the most undesirable group of women on the planet. Without men, you guys have no guidance. Without men, you guys are left to your own emotional devices and you destroy yourselves. Look at single women.
Because we as a society have allowed the media to brainwash and do all
I
this.
agree 1,000%.
Independence. You got to be independent.
I agree.
And all this masculinity. That masculinity is not cute on women.
I agree 100% with everything that you just said. But nonetheless, they were able to get you ladies to fall for it in a large mass. There are women now seeking to be equal to men. So if you are equal to me, are you a man? Listen, women have no business even raising their voices to men. You shouldn't just be a goofy or a doormat, voice your opinion. But what we're seeing in America today has compelled men to be so repulsed and repelled by women, they are grabbing passports and leaving the country to find their wives. We'll sleep with you guys, but when it's time to get serious and select the person that we're going to leave our fortune to, we're going across seas. You know that's not a good thing. It means you guys have devalued yourselves so much to where quality men don't desire you. And that can't be men's fault, because guess whose fault it is if men are undesirable? If men are poor, it's our fault. Men never deny that stuff. We bring the burden of things upon ourselves. And that's what I'm telling you. You guys have turned into something. Listen, and I'm telling you, you sound feminine to me. You do. But I'm telling you right now, when you said, yes, I would leave a marriage if a man cheated, men who encounter you for 5 minutes can tell whether or not you're that type of woman. And we associate that with feminism. We don't associate that with logical thinking because it doesn't meet the bar of logic. You are willing to give a life partner away over your ego, when the pain that your ego will have to sustain will only last for some months. But the pain of being lonely pretty much for the rest of your life, in the later years of your life, well, that's going to be something that will resemble a lifetime torture. And we just think you guys are crazy. We ponder this and we don't understand how a human being can even come to that conclusion, that it's smarter for me to leave my life partner, my protector, my defender, the person who makes sure that I don't have to pay all of my life bills and expenses by myself. We think you guys are absolutely insane because you don't have the leverage. Listen, I'm going to be blunt with you. Turbulence, people. But those of you who aren't familiar with the show, when you hear that, we're about to rock the boat a little bit or ruffle some feathers. You can't do better than us. You can't. Numbers-wise, you can't do better than us. There is so fewer men in the nation than women. Then after you leave me, the odds are high that you're going to get a man who wasn't better than me. But you guys keep doing it. Baby after baby, baby daddy after baby daddy after baby daddy. And we see it through society. You guys, when you leave a man, the father of your children, you typically don't get a man better than him. How many children do you have?
3.
How many of them are still with you? in the
Oh,
house?
they're all adults.
Okay, so none of them live with you.
Right.
Okay, you've actually I often tell women when the waiting process, you will get older as you're waiting for them to get out. But once the kids get out, your value kind of resets to a certain percentage and you're more valuable than you were when you had kids living in the house with you, because that's a problem for men. I can't even walk around the house naked with you. I can't walk in your house and with a robe on with nothing underneath and just put you on the island in the kitchen and ravish your body. All of these are inconveniences for men. But when they're out of the house, it's like a reset of your dating value. Your dating value won't reset back all the way back to its first value because you're older now, right? But you guys really need to start thinking more about what you're doing. These are very, very bad decisions that you're making. And in most cases, listen, I said I was going to do it yesterday. I'll do it right now. I told people yesterday that I could get on Facebook dating and show you 70 and 60-year-old women who are looking for a life partner now. Do you know how crazy that is?
Oh, damn it.
You know how crazy that is? Let me go here. Ooh.
I don't ever want that to be me.
Hold on, I gotta like this real quick.
I try to keep myself relevant, not just on the financial, but I go to the gym. I keep myself.
Do you see? Hold
fit.
on, you can't see that. Hold on, let me take this down so you can see this. Let me do. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna fix you guys tonight. Booyah! Do you see this? That woman is 61 years old. And guess what she's going to get on Facebook dating? You guys probably can't see this. This woman is 61 years old. And guess what she's going to get on Facebook dating? Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. It's going to be tough for her. This woman has got plowed through by men like myself. But would I marry her or get in a serious? No. What you guys are doing is setting yourselves up to have to date when you are at one of your lowest phases of your dating value. Where it's ideal to date is when you're still around 27 and your boobs are still perky. Your vagina has not been used by many men. You don't have any kids. You don't have many bad dating experiences, so your femininity hasn't been compromised. Your chastity hasn't been compromised. That's when you have the most dating money to go purchase a husband with. When you're 61 years old, when you're 50 years old at a woman, because men have such an overwhelming plethora of options, your dating value is too low to acquire a man of quality. You'll have to get a man who's older than you probably. And you guys keep putting yourselves in this position because you get older. And you don't know that men, listen, I said this yesterday. I don't know if you were watching. There's a woman who has been in my life in and out every couple of years or so for 12 years, 10 years. This is a perfect woman. Sometimes to just think about her can cause you to gaze off it. This is a Belizean woman. She's perfect. But I can't lock her down because of her age. And check this out. She's not even past her mid-50s. She's around 54. But I know I don't have to do that. I can date a woman 20 years younger than me. So it kind of, even though this woman is perfect, it almost makes it not make sense for me to date her when occasionally there's a 30-year-old who will come and see me if I call her. At that age, I have to start preparing myself to be willing to accommodate her if she gets sick, if she has to have the poop bag on her, because that's the age where illnesses start occurring. So why would I position myself like that when I can get someone who's not going to enter that phase of life for another 20 years? And that's the problem that you ladies are encountering. It's the problem that you ladies are encountering. We tried to teach you guys and tell you guys about this up here, but you won't listen to us. But guess who you will listen to? reality.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
And then you end up being... What percentage of women do you think occupy nursing homes? What percentage would you say?
Well, probably a good 70%.
You are on the money. You are on the money. It's 75% for dual nursing homes. That's not a good thing. See, my grandmother, listen, check this out. It is knowledge in the city where I'm from, the town where I'm from. It is knowledge. My grandfather was a cheater. And it broke my grandmother's heart sometimes. But she didn't leave him. And guess what? As a result, what I don't agree with is how many times my grandfather cheated, that he never really got it out of his system. But I'm still going to say this. As a result of her not leaving, when my grandmother caught cancer, guess who I watched spoon feed that woman up until her last day? That very same cheating ass man. Listen, when my grandmother got diagnosed, guess who didn't have to go to a nursing home to live the rest of her life out? My grandmother. You know why? Because that very same cheating man, I watched with my own eyes that man cater to her throughout her sickness. Now, do you think that she would have traded that moment of the last days of her life out to have left? Exactly. If she had left that man for cheating, my God, I can only... Now, we would have stepped in, but the kids aren't supposed to have to step in. The man who loved her stepped in. See, you guys got to get rid of your ego. One thing is more valuable than the other. Having that person to be with you. Oh, also, my grandmother never worked until my grandfather bought her her own car wash. You guys are missing the ball. You're missing it. You're letting your egos prevent you from having life partners. And it's crazy to us. We lose for respect for women when we talk to them and we hear that they are these type of women. We just bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. We smash your butts. That's it. A woman who has not already made up her mind that even if I have to endure a little bit of hurt, this relationship is going to work. A relationship can work if two people come together and say, we're not getting divorced no matter what. A relationship can work. Do you disagree with that?
I agree.
Do you agree with this? Do you believe that a person can become very successful if they tell themselves, I'm going to be successful? I guarantee it. And nothing is going to stop me. Nothing on this planet is going to stop me. Do you believe that that person can become successful?
Absolutely. I've done it. Absolutely.
It's the same thing. Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. When you tell yourself, I'm not leaving this relationship. I may endure some hurt. I'm not leaving this relationship. Ma'am, do you know how high the odds will be that you end up with that same man forever? The odds, listen, nothing's perfect. What we are all doing here on earth is we are trying to increase our odds. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah. So what the hell are we doing here? Your grandmother, you think your grandparents who were married for 50-something years, you think that man never did anything? And that's the crazy part. Men know men. Even white men cheat. Asian men cheat. The only difference is the ones who last for 50 years, she didn't leave. You know how hard it is to get through a 50-year marriage with no discrepancies? Do you have any clue how hard that is? It's tough. Especially, listen, especially when you're married to a man who is actually desirable and deemed as a quality man in the eyes of the rest of society. Because now other women see him the same way you do. The same way you look at him like, my man is the prize. He is the shit. You think other women don't look at him like that? So the temptation of women approaching that man like he's a very valuable man, it will be very difficult for him to resist. And he may fail once or twice. But here you are, not you, but here you are in all of your craziness, going to help that man become the great man that he is. You helped him stop smoking cigarettes. You helped him become better financially. You helped that man become something amazing. And now, because of your ego, you're going to give that good man to another woman.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
You helped that man. You went through the bull crap with him and helped him become a better man. And now the pickle jar lid is loose, all because of you, but you gave that pickle jar away. And soon as that other woman got it, all she had to do was loosen the lid right off because of all of the work that you did to get it loose. You gave away an amazing man. That's crazy to us. We'll never understand it. The reason we'll never understand it is because we get to witness your guys' outcomes. Did you know that? Do you know how many girlfriends we know? I mean, friends who are females that we have in our life that we know who are chronically single? It's because you got rid of your one or you got rid of your two. You guys get rid of men like there's a buffet of men somewhere for you, and there's not. That's why each man that you get rid of, you get a worse version of him. There's not enough. So eventually you have to start dating down into the pool of low quality men. That's why you guys are having...
There's not enough, and then we're normalizing this soft era man. I mean, that's not attractive to me. That's not for me.
Oh, well, the soft era man hasn't been normalized. What it is you guys are doing so much dating damage to yourselves that you're getting pregnant, and the men who are getting you pregnant aren't wanting to stay with you, and then you're raising a boy by himself, and because he's raised by a woman, he becomes a soft, effeminate man. A woman can't make a man. Come on, you gotta know that. Where do you think that these soft males are coming from? Single parent mom homes. Research suggested when a child is raised even with the father and without the mother, they turn out significantly better. And so these men that you guys are complaining about, you're also creating them. And this is what I'm telling you. You have to change your mindset. What's more important? Your ego, that I done put up with that shit, I got rid of him. What's more important, your ego or a life partner? And I do want to answer from that. What's more important?
A life partner.
Yes. Listen to the power. Listen to the power in that word. Life partner. And let me put it in the proper context for you. Someone who will be there with you to go to the roughest and toughest times that life brings our way with you, instead of you having to deal with those times by yourself. When you get diagnosed with this or that, when your immune system weakens, when you can't travel up and down the steps like you used to be able to, we just think you guys are crazy. It is not a fair trade by all. It is not a fair exchange. If a man cheats with you, so let me ask you this. Do you believe that a really good man, a man who has cheated, do you think he can still be an amazing man?
I do.
I agree. So, sweetie, we have to shed that thinking. That thinking was brought up on our society of women by the people who even you said brought it up on them. Society, the government. And they did it so that American women could become more prevalent in bolstering up the American economy. That's why they gave women the opportunity to go out and obtain all of these amazing high-level financial opportunities, because they knew that if they pushed the right commercials, if they pushed the right stuff past social media, that you can intrigue women to take that hard-earned money that they just made this weekend when they got paid and push it right back into the economy. That was the whole model behind empowering women. But guess what? It came at a sacrifice. The sacrifice of being empowered is that you are no longer desirable in the eyes of men, because now you have masculine tendencies. Now you think because you make more than me, you don't have to follow my leadership. It makes it very difficult for a woman who is more successful than her man to follow his leadership. to follow his instructions, to do what he requests of her. And we don't select those women. We typically just bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. Because now that she's empowered, regardless as to whether or not she earned her empowerment, regardless to how she became that, now she is no longer suitable to be what God assigned women to be to men. And if you dump any type of trauma on top of those elements, it makes it severely worse. Now she's in full competition mode with men. And that's what we're seeing in society. What I'm saying up here, we don't have to wonder, is this just some beliefs that Stacey has? We see it activated at high levels and large numbers in society today. Look at the women. They're literally, listen, let me say it like this. Women who were made for men by God Almighty are saying, I don't need a man. I'm independent. That's crazy. That is like a car saying, I don't need a battery. I'm independent. And the same activity that is going to take place with that car without a battery is the same malfunction that we see taking place today in society with women who don't have a man. Do you disagree with that? Do you disagree that we can look out in society and see women malfunctioning at high levels?
Agree.
It's because they don't have the component that they were made for. You guys won't date men who are on your level or below when we know that those are the best men. She won't be attracted to him. And listen, in a lot of cases where a woman would still try to be empowered and be a decent human being and date average men, these men get cheated on with men of more elite status, men who she wishes you were more like, who she bumps into at work. And she will cheat with him very regularly, or somebody like him, which is why we have an epidemic of seeing men find out that children they raised for 20 years are really not theirs. And that's why it's so easy, almost effortless for men who are average workers to go to the Philippines, to go to Thailand. That's why we see these men, how effortless it is for them to go to the Philippines, to go to Thailand, to go to Colombia and obtain an amazing woman. Because in most cases, those women have not been empowered and they still have the ability to look at an average hardworking man like he's a superhero, like he's amazing. All of the things that are required for women to think about a man in the order for them to be impressed by him, right? Respect him, see valuable in him, and be willing to take instructions from him. It's a lot easier to get women who have not been empowered to see the value in him as an average hardworking man. Hey, people, when I don't answer this, I'm not answering it on purpose. You're interrupting the show when you do that. Do you see how that's feasible? These are women who have not been empowered. They will still be able to be impressed by how much easier their life has become since that man has come into it. Even if he's paying 50% of the bills. Now these women will be able to be appreciative of that man for removing 50% of life's hardships from her life. And it will force her to appreciate him, acknowledge him, and do things for him even when she doesn't feel like it. That's why you see women in other countries still resemble what we were taught a woman is supposed to be like. Because they still have the ability to appreciate a man, and that's where good treatment comes from. That's the inspiration and the motivation behind her continuing to be and do what makes men happy. You guys have been hearing it for a very long time. Men saying, get passports. Fellas, this is what we've been hearing. Get your passports. The saying has become so common, it has lost a lot of its impact. But you're hearing this from a lot of men who have went and gotten their passports and have traveled the country. They're basically telling you that all that you go through with American women can be avoided 100% simply by booking a flight. A world exists, fellas, where women and ladies still exist. Women who still have the ability to be proud of their hardworking average man, view him as a problem solver, appreciate him at the level of a hardworking man. This life that we live in America, it's not the plan that God had designed. Do you agree with that, Miss Erica, or do you disagree?
Oh, I agree.
That's what we're going through. Right now, with the options that you have as a man, if you live in America, you almost have to date a replica of a smaller man. That's what American women have grown to resemble, a smaller version of a man. They talk back, they're selfish, they're entitled, they're argumentative, they're uncooperative. Some of them are tough. Some of them have nasty attitudes and come with other men's children. They don't want to cooperate with a man. They want to compete with a man and outshine a man and outdo a man. And that type of woman cannot inspire you and build you back up when the world has been rough on you. You disagree with that or you agree?
Oh, I 100% agree.
What state do you live in?
California.
Ooh, you out here with me. So you're most definitely going to have to be more open-minded. You're talking about getting rid of somebody who did what men who slipped, messed up, and did something that men have been said to do since the beginning of time. That's what I'm talking about. It would be different if it was a shock to you guys. But you're going to get rid of a man for doing something a couple of times that men have been the most powerful, the most disciplined men have been known to do since the beginning of time. And listen, when you get rid of me, you're only going to get a different version of a man who's going to cheat on you like I did. That's crazy that you guys don't know that. What are the odds of you getting rid of me and then getting a man who doesn't cheat? This is why I tell the men, you don't know that by simply booking a flight, you can go introduce yourself to millions of women who are the women that still possess the nature of the woman that God designed for us. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's over with. If you give a child the keys to a candy store, they will go nuts in that candy store. And that's what happened to American women. If you give them the full-on access to everything that their minds can conceive, they will attempt to experience every pleasurable possibility. And the more things that you ladies touch and play with, the higher your odds are of eventually touching and playing with things that should not be touched or played with, which will break you as a human being, as a woman. America, due to the greed, turned women into something other than women. And men can identify it because we're only attracted to women. And now most women in America are not suitable to be wives. Imagine a world where men are raising kids and finding out 30 years later that he's not the father of the children. You know who it's even harder on? The way we're living right now? The best men in America to date. The really good guys, the responsible guys, the hardworking guys, the men who are likely not to cheat. The men who aren't as confident, the men who aren't players. American women are repulsed at good, respectable, hardworking Christian men. My point is this. Even the majority of women in America are not, even though the majority of women in America are not suitable to trust or be wives, let alone amazing mothers of the children, the 16 women in America who are still valuable, these are the women that I have access to. I still have amazing dating experiences, even inside this vast pool of trash women in America. Because me, myself, when a woman is dealing with me, I control how far a woman goes when she's dealing with me. She's not going to be a hyper spender. I don't care if it's her money. If that's who you are, I'm turned off by you, and I don't really want to deal with you outside of sex. If she has ratchet ghetto mouth, if she's not feminine, I won't deal with her. If she has those long fingernails and has pounded her face with makeup, dresses overly sexual, I control all of that very aggressively. I let her know How far is too far with her dress wear? I think every man should be like that. Every man should establish a set of boundaries, things he will and won't tolerate, and stand very firm by them. That's how you get as close as you can to obtaining the caliber of woman who you desire. These boundaries will serve as boundary lines that will keep women who deal with you from going too far. Right? Now, the only reason that I take up issue with some of the passport brothers is I believe that some of them are using other countries to evade and running from something that all men need. If women don't find you attractive here in America, turn yourself into something that most women worldwide would be attracted to. And I'm going to say some, not all, but I find that a lot of men who are passport brothers simply opted out of accepting the challenge of turning themselves into something valuable and decided to go to a country where the women are impressed with even a weak, non-masculine man, non-confident man, just because he's from America. I'm not saying that that's all passport brothers, because even myself, I desire women from other countries like that because it's less work. They've already been raised in a culture to where you won't have to do as much correcting to them. But I'm telling you, the masculinity, I'm not telling you to achieve that for women. I'm telling you those components are essential for a man to resemble a man. And even if you don't want women in other countries to accept you as a weak, shy, non-confident man. Life will always be better for a man if he's operating inside the elements of a real man. Because even a woman from overseas, if she detects the weakness inside of you as a man, if she determines you to be a weak man, even she will press the envelope to see how far she can go with you. Why? Because she's detected in you the character of a weak man who can be manipulated. And no matter where you travel in the world, it will always be very difficult for any woman to be attracted to a weak man. So that's something that you need to address. If you give yourself the proper exercise, practice on these American women, and you acquire more of the components associated with the makeup of the man God called us to be, hell, when you get to another country, it'll almost be like the women of that place seeing Superman fall out of the sky right before their very eyes. You don't want to be a weak man. Men who are shy, men who aren't confident, who aren't masculine, it's okay, it's cool. You're not messed up. You came out that way due to circumstances. The cool part is you can fix it. You can fix it. But I still think that it's not ideal. If you are a traditional-minded man who wants a traditional-minded woman to date, I don't think it's smart for you to date an empowered woman. A woman's ability to earn excess amounts of money over her significant other, it compromises her ability to be what women are supposed to be to men. The money will be the engine for the arrogance in her, the defiance in her, the rebelling in her. When a woman is making $25,000 to $50,000 a year more than her significant other, it begins to not make sense to her why she's under his leadership or why she has to listen to him. It's not impossible, but it is unlikely, which is why you hear the overwhelming amount of complaints that you hear about American women. Again, it's the same reason why men from America are going to other countries for women, but you don't see men from other countries coming to America for America's women.
So, Stacey, out of curiosity, with the availability that you have, why are you not locked in?
Because of everything that you just said. I honestly can't. Now, I have recently started dating. I am currently a huge, what do we call it? Not project. A huge speed bump just got handled, and now I can date, right? Now I can get to know women now, right? I am very much into feminine, soft women. I don't really have a problem encountering that, right? So I guess it boils down to a woman. I'm busy a lot. It boils down to a woman who's willing to get on my program and let me be cooperative to her too. You see what I'm saying? A woman with the options that I have options. Um, I meet a lot of the criterias that very beautiful women desiring men, right? So if I know that, and if it's been my experience, then I don't have to hurry up and jump. Listen, men start developing their value. Their value gets higher once they turn 40. So I have a clock. Women don't have that same clock. I'm just now starting to get out and date again. California is different, right? It's different because I'm not a club goer. I don't date women like that. I'm not a club goer and all of that stuff. To be honest, I don't have a problem dating older women. Just once they reach a certain age, like, to be honest, a feminine woman can get me to go a couple of years past the age that I typically like to go to. Right now, listen, for right now, I actually desire a companion, like, because I'm busy a lot. But when I'm not busy, I want to, hey, what you up to? You see what I'm saying? And that's the place I'm in. I'm looking for a companion right now. A companion. Not necessarily a serious relationship, but somebody where me and her only deal with me and her. You see what I'm saying? And we haven't put a title on it. She respects me, I respect her, and she's not really pressing me. You see what I'm saying? What part of California do you live in? Northern? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, Negro, you playing on the phone. Erica.
You hear me?
No,
I'm
I
here.
can't hear you. Hey, man. You're pissed off, man. Douche booty. Shout out to the International Quiet Storm for dropping the 20 ball in the super chat. Dang. I can't even read Quiet Storms. Quiet Storm said, I will choose a waitress over those successful women. Hey, Eric, I appreciate you coming up. Hughes. Who is that? Hughes. Boy, you know I was in the middle of the show. Would you say who you talking about? You know I'm in the middle of the show. Who you talking about? Can you keep on? That's one of my biggest pet peeves, repeating myself. Shout out to my brother Gibbs over here rocking out with us with the $5 cash app. My people getting us to the goal line. That's what I'm talking about. If you value the show, hit us off with some support. Hit us off with the cash app or the super chat. Shout out to my girl Rhea dropping in on us up in this mother. Reppin' magazine definitely in this situation. I'll take a female at McDonald's cashier. I agree. We've been doing it. We've been doing that. No, Zachariah, that's not 100%. I'm saying some of the men who left the country to get a woman, they did it because they couldn't do well with the women over here. Me, myself, I can do well with the women over here. So that means when I go out of the country to get the caliber of woman who I'm more intrigued with, I will be able to maintenance and sustain her intrigue and her respect for me. If a sucker goes to Colombia to get his woman, you think that woman's not going to know he's a sucker? He'll get used for his money. Now, I'm not even trying to put it out there that those women just want to use men for money, because I don't believe that is the case. But they appreciate it. The women over here use us for our money. They just don't appreciate it. Hancock over here with the $10 cash app, rocking out with us, my brother. Sweets for my sweet down there. Girl. Lots of, oh shit, please don't tell me this. They said it's static in my background. No, it's not. Chartonia. We got to get Tampa, Florida in the building. Let's go. Let's go, Tampa. Let's go, Tampa. Show ASS up here. Rock on out with us. Let's go, Tampa. Is Tampa in the building or not? What in the world? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, man, listen, man, you know my life is ace. You know what I'm saying? Tell me how you feeling.
Hey, man, feeling good, man, feeling good. I wanted to piggyback off something you were saying about that power with the women, right?
Right.
I'm coming to you now. Hey, man, you're a man of God, so I'm gonna throw something at you, right?
Talk to me.
In the beginning, right? The root of evil, good and evil, was the tree, right? Woman fell to that part, right, of the tree. And on earth, good and evil is the money, right?
The love of money.
Say it again?
The love of money, yes, the root of evil, the love of it.
Right. And the woman love it now, right?
I agree. I think that's a valid point. I think I can agree with that. If you look at women today, they're not just using money for resources. I think they love it.
Mm-hmm. And he put in position of power over it both times, and that's how she's falling.
Yep.
Because God never placed her over the man, but Satan do, right?
100%.
So he's angry at God, and the only thing, he can't be God at anything. So what he do is attack us to get back at God. And he keeps putting the woman, he's changing the dynamic of what God had for man and woman. He keeps changing everything, right?
Shout out to my girl Rhea for rocking out with us, supporting the show. Go ahead, brother. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I hear you.
And the females, man, I feel bad for them because they have no accountability, right? Because accountability and repentance work hand in hand, right?
100%.
And God said that's the only way you can get in the kingdom.
He talking that talk up here tonight, people.
Obedience and baptism and all that. And she have no obedience and no accountability.
Well, she also has no fear of God.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
If she did, she would have fear of the repercussion. Oh, it just cut out on him. If she did, she would have fear of the repercussions that God said will accompany certain moves that we make. Now, I'll say this. Men don't appear to be representing themselves as son of God to the best of their ability right now either. But a lot of us are conscious of the wrongs that we're doing. We speak up on these platforms. We speak about it. And we did not relinquish our position and start trying to be women. Hey, I can't get him. I can't bring him in. Can't bring him in. Phone. Hey, family, I can't bring you in. The phone is it just powered back up, but this is the hottest damn show online. Listen, somebody hit us off with a super $10 cash app. If this is the hottest show online, I'm not going to front. Somebody hit us off with a $10 cash app. You see it at the bottom, the real Stacey Prince on Cash App or PayPal. I just want to see if anybody thinks this is the hottest show online. I know I do. Let's go, people. Set this mother off. This mother. We'll resume the show. Let me see if anybody else thinks that this is the hottest show online. I just want to see. Shout out to the International Quiet Storm over here on TikTok rocking out with us. My day one for real. For real. Shout out to Murder Wood, definitely in the building with the $10 cash app. Listen, you all know what it is. You know what? On that note, my people who have been rocking with me, I love you guys. This is why we keep doing this, right? This is why we keep doing this. I want the absolute best life outcomes for you guys. We're going to continue pushing this show. I hope today's show was Gunsmoke for you. And we got to keep each other uplifted in prayer. Shout out to Gibbs over here rocking out with us. No, hell no, we're not doing that. Gibbs over here, turn it. We got to do better than that. Shout out to my brother Gibbs over here in this mother with the $10 cash app. Mean Jelly Bean said, respect to you, sir. Keep your head up. You already know what it is, people. Nothing but love towards my day ones and my stay ones. Let me say it better than that. I love my day ones and my stay ones. You guys keep this thing going. You keep the envelope pressed. Tomorrow's show is going to be even hotter. You know what it is. We out of here. all of that music that I produced in the days where I wanted to be a producer, I guess it did come in handy. Shout out to my girl Rhea for becoming a member. Shout out to Zachariah over here rocking out with us. I appreciate everybody who showed up tonight, man, truly. Listen, these are the type of baby mamas I choose. No weave. I'll sell this to you guys for let's go. You know what it is. How to show online, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And we out of here. Know what it is. How to show online, people.